What's good with you? I'm back with another shoe review. This is another shoe that I just recently got in. I got to hoop in these as well today. I ran for a few hours, so I switched shoes mid-session. And that is the GT Cut Academies. I honestly wasn't going to get these because I have multiple pairs of the GT Cut 3s. And this is the budget model of that shoe, retailing at only $95 though. So I can see why a lot of people would be interested in this shoe, especially with it having a similar silhouette and being a budget model of a pretty popular shoe, the GT Cut 3. Before we get into the review though, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. It helps, goes a long way with the channel. And I'm excited to see where we go with this. Well, alright, let's get into what you're actually here for, and that is the sneaker review. This is a Nike GT Cut 3 Academy coming in the CHBL colorway. It's the Chinese High School Basketball League colorway. I also have the GT Cut 3 version of the CHBL colorway. In my opinion, this was the only good looking color that they had of the GT Cut Academy. Other ones are cool, but like, if I buy something like this, I want it to stand out, be cool. This was another shoe that I wore to the court today. Everybody's like, what are those? Where'd you get those from? Those are fire. I want them. My girl even likes these, and she's super picky with what basketball shoes she likes. Before we get all hype about the color, man, we got to figure out if it's actually a good basketball shoe or not. This is a budget model. It's a pretty basic upper, synthetic and tuck style materials on the upper. This colorway does have some nice hints with this one right here. The Chinese lettering on the inside, which has already came off on this shoe. And this shoe also has a sentence, one shot in a lifetime. A lot of pretty cool random details in the shoe. For those that may want a GT Cut on a budget, these might be the shoe for you. And they even have this random design on the tongue. I don't really know what it's supposed to be, but I think it's cool. As far as the look goes on the shoe, like I said, I think this is personally the only good colorway. If you want to get these, you can't get them on the Nike app because they did not release in America. But you can go through like $100. So if you want them, that's where you get them at. Alright, so now it's time to get into the tech of the shoe. As far as the midsole, Nike says they have a dual density foam midsole. They weren't super specific on what foams they use, so I'm assuming it's a Phylon carrier with a lunar line inside or mix. Something like that. I looked for a minute, like literally probably an hour to 30 minutes online trying to find out what the tech was inside the shoe, and I couldn't find it. A lot of the budget model shoes that Nike drops usually don't have the best cushioning, including this one. It's a pretty basic one that the Job ones have, and a lot of other low budget shoes. Not saying it's bad, but it's definitely not the most plush thing in the world. And if you care about cushion or like something like a GT Cut 3 or even Cushlon that's in the Sabrina 2s, this is definitely a step down. But once again, I can't blame them because it's a budget shoe. You're not going to be able to get everything you want for $95. This does have a 4-foot Zoom Air unit, but they did it really weird. So usually when they place a Zoom Air, it goes laterally across the shoe to go across the full ball of your foot. Nike did it really weird this time, and why I have no clue. Vertically placed Zoom Air unit. And I did actually feel a difference in that. It basically feels like non-existent. I popped a few Zoom Air bubbles in my day, I'm not gonna lie, dunking and stuff like that. And off rip, it feels like the air unit is popped. Or just extremely low, like it's not super pumped up. Maybe because they travel from China, that like the air pressure messed with the air bubble or something. I highly doubt it. I'm just trying to make up excuses because I think the shoe looks beautiful. Definitely wasn't the best feeling in the world. And there's no way the air bubble could have popped because I've only worn them for like 30 minutes when I first did the review 2 days ago. And I put them on today to hoop in them, and I ran a couple games in them, and that was the feeling of the air bubble. And I know somebody else didn't do it because I bought these brand new. So if you got bad knees or need some impact protection, just go ahead and skip over these. As far as the outsole though, I actually prefer this outsole and the traction on this outsole better than the GT Cut 3s, the premium model. It has a solid rubber outsole, which most GT Cut 3s don't have. The other CHBL colorway I have of the GT Cut 3s have a solid rubber outsole, but it's the same, you know, colorway, Chinese exclusive, all that. Overseas and in different countries play outdoor basketball a lot more than Americans. We have gyms on every corner, so they make their shoes to accommodate for that. These also have XDR rubber, which is just extra durable for those that want to play outdoors in them so they last longer. And I do think both the traction is good on GT Cut 3 and this shoe, but I do think they are slightly better in this model. More consistent, I would say. It goes across the full foot of the shoe, whereas there's a gap in the GT Cut 3 of the traction pattern. And switch it up and do nothing fancy on these with the traction as well. Simple herringbone traction, man. Gets the job done. And these also have a super loud squeak as well for those that love to get those sound cues while they're hooping. And because of the lack of cushion, these do actually have really good court feel and give you somewhat of a low to the ground feel when you're playing. These shoes do fit perfect, coming in at true to size. One of my favorite aspects of the shoe and any hoop shoe in general is the weight. These come in at 334 grams. Average weight is around 370 to 400 grams, so that's really lightweight for a hoop shoe. Overall, I think this shoe is a good shoe, solid shoe. Nothing spectacular though, like you're getting what you're paying for. If you can get these on sale for like $56 and use them as your some outdoor shoes, or you just trying to pick up some shoes to go hoop here and there, these definitely get the job done. As we said in the review though, cushion, major downside of this shoe. So if that's something that you prioritize, please stay away. At $95, I probably wouldn't personally go and purchase these unless it was this colorway. Go on the Nike app, I do believe they have a lot of these on sale for $40, $50. Maybe even less if you are interested in going and get a pair. There are a lot of other models of shoes that are similar price or the same price that you can get that perform a lot better as an overall shoe. Yeah, that's all for the GT Cut Academy shoe review. I appreciate y'all tuning in. That's all for today. Stay tuned. We're going to drop more reviews, more content, more everything. I can't wait for my Sabrina 2 Nike IDs to come in. The set the shoes are finished up and they're boxing up my order right now. So I'm assuming I should get the tracking soon and see the shoes at my doorstep within a week, hopefully. I'm gonna do a full unboxing video of those as well, so stay tuned. Catch you on the next video. I'm out.